Between fundraising and operations, some would agree operating an amateur sports association in the Cayman Islands is a full-time job. Now, after hosting a successful Pan American Championships this past summer, Cayman's National Squash Association should seemingly be riding high. Well, that's not the case. We sat down with CINSA President Janet Sairsingh as she sheds light on the challenges the association is facing in a sport where costs have soared and money is running out.
Fundraising drive all year round to cover the cost of a coach, to cover the cost to use the squash club facilities, and travel costs for the national team. So it's a constant challenge.
After the loss of their major sponsor in 2016 and reserve funding spent to keep national coach Mark Challoner in charge in 2017, CINSA President Janet Sairsingh says funds to keep Cayman's national squash program active have run dry.
We haven't found a sponsor of that magnitude. So, we have a couple small sponsors, but it's not enough to be able to sustain a salary of a full-time coach all year round.
But Sairsingh says help is on the way.
We have Junior CASA, Senior CASA, we have Island Games coming up, and therefore, for that short period of time, then we'll utilize a grant, if approved, to do the coaching.
But with rising costs to fund a program that has dwindling support, Sairsingh says the bottom line no longer adds up.
Our grant annual is $7,000. That cannot cover the cost of a full-time coach and the fact that we have to also pay court costs because the club is not owned by the national body.
Now, the squash club's offered to take over the coaching of the national program, led by new club manager Marlene West and four-time national champion Cameron Stafford. But Sairsingh says she isn't about to hand over the program so easily, and good players don't necessarily make good coaches.
You need a coach that has the experience in developing a player, a strong player, from a medium level or even for those that are at high level to the height of their career. The local players that we have that assist with the coaching, they can learn from a coach such as that to develop themselves to eventually reach that standard, but in my opinion, they're not there yet.
So how will this end? Sairsingh, much like the club, says she hopes the two sides can work together and reach a middle ground soon for the sake of the program's future.
At the end of the day, it has to be a partnership because, one, we don't own the facility. We have to, and that's I would say, one of the best facility in the island, the only facility really other than King's to run a program from, so it has to be a partnership.
Now, as part of their working partnership to help facilitate CINSA's funding challenges, the Squash Club has foregone charging the associated court fees for the school programs. Now, we spoke with the Cayman Islands Olympic Committee earlier today who confirmed CINSA was in fact granted a portion of that money they had applied for in order to employ a new national coach, and we will continue to follow that story.